Hi, welcome all of you, my dear friends. This is my first video to teach how to learn Chinese, and this video is about how to pass HSK 3 from 0. And today, we will talk about the paper structure in HSK 3, and I will give you some smart study strategy. No matter it's a requirement from your school to get the degree in China, or you are a fan of Chinese culture and words, I am here to assist you to all of them. And first of all, let me introduce myself. Right now, I'm an undergraduate student at Zhongnan University of Economics and Law in China and in Wuhan City. And maybe some of you my schoolmates, but I think that most of you we just meet online. I decided to upload all my courses online because I already hope some of my international friends to pass their HSK 3, and I know how important it is for you. So, my name is Rong Fan, or as a lot of you call me, Rong. So just call me as your teacher Ron in this course and follow me. Let's start our HSK 3 learning journey. This is a little bit long video, but I hope you to watch it with your patience, then you will earn a lot. Okay. Okay, for HSK exam structure, the first thing you should know is that the HSK 3 total score is 300 points, and if you want to pass it, you should earn at least 180 points. The total time for the exam is about 90 minutes, including 5 minutes to fill in your personal information. And then the test has 3 parts: listening, reading, and writing. You don't have your speaking parts, but you can register the HSKK to text your speaking part. And for listening, reading, and writing, each of them, you have 100 scores need to earn. And for listening, you need to answer the 40 questions in around 35 minutes. And for reading, you need to answer the 30 questions in around 30 minutes. And for writing, you should answer 10 questions in around 15 minutes. Okay. For listening section, where most of you guys lose points, the structure of listening. Part 1, you have 10 questions. Listen to a short dialogue and decide if the picture is correct. It tests your basic vocabulary and a quick reaction. Then, part 2, you have 10 questions. Listen to a dialogue and choose the correct answer. For this part, you should know the key word and, for example, time, location, relationships. This is you should to know. And for part 3, you have 20 questions. Listen to dialogues or short passages and answer questions. For this part, it tests your logical understanding. You need to pay attention to some transition words like but, because, so, although. I think there are some key areas to focus on for listening. For example, time expressions, like just now, soon, already, not yet. You should know how to express them in Chinese. Second, numbers. You may meet some questions about the prices, the days, the time. Also, you should know them how to express in Chinese. And third is the direction words, like turn left, turn right, the opposite, the go upstairs. How to say them in Chinese, you also should to know. And fourth, the sentence final particles, like ba, ne, a. You should know that our Chinese, we like to use these words to express our emotions or just soften the sentence. So some of the sentence they will end in these words. So if you know these words, you will know that which one is the first sentence and which one is the second sentence. And the fifth, the high frequency situations like seeing a doctor, ordering food, making appointments, work, and school. Okay, for the listening tips I want to give you is that do not try to understand every word during your exam because maybe you will meet some the words you don't know and you are unfamiliar with. It will waste your time and make you miss what is the important word. But I also suggest that if you want to earn the higher scores during your exercising, you need to understand every word. You need to listen the passage in sentence by sentence. Okay, you should know each of them. And second, just what I say, focus on the keywords. And third, be alert when you hear some these transition words like but, however, so, because, 但是，所以，因为。但是 is like but, however. 所以 is like so. 因为 is like because. You need to know these words because usually the answer is hidden behind of them. Okay. And you need to pay attention to that the recording plays only once. Okay. That's all about the listening. Okay, let's go to the reading section. This determines if you pass. I have a friend that he passed in 183, only 3 scores higher than the minimum line, and only his reading section is the highest part. This section is so important because you can improve it by yourself, and I will also give you some strategies and vocabulary assistance, but can be improved by yourself most easily. And okay, the reading is where the students really separate their scores. And for this part, the vocabulary is very important. I think most of you have the experience to learn English, and during the reading part, if you don't know some of the important vocabularies, you will not know the meaning of this passage, what they are talking about. Also, in Chinese, that if you want to read a Chinese passage, you should at least know the important vocabularies. And for HSK 3, we suggest that you should know about 600 Chinese words. And if you have the foundation like you already passed HSK 2, maybe only 200 words additionally you should know. Okay, let's go to the reading structure. The part 1, you have 10 questions. Fill in the blanks with correct words. For this, I think it tests your grammar and your word class recognition. And I know this is usually the hardest part. You should put more energy and time in it. And for the part 2, you have 10 questions. Sentence ordering is the formation of this part. It tests your logical connections. So I suggest you focus the connectors like because, so, 因为什么什么，所以什么什么。First, 巴拉巴拉 then 巴拉巴拉，首先什么什么，然后什么什么什么。Although 巴拉巴拉 but 巴拉巴拉，虽然什么什么，但是什么什么。Okay, now part 3. You also have 10 questions, and for this one, this is short passage reading comprehension. For this part, it tests your detail location and the information matching. Okay, for the reading, I think there are some key areas to also focus on. And the first of all is the grammar structures. The ba sentence. Okay, what's that? Ba sentence. This is also the words we mentioned before in the listening part, like here. Sentence final particles. 把, 呢, Okay, this part. So, as I said before, that we like using these words to express our feelings. So it's really important to know it. And the comprehensions with 比. This is the word that you compare something, compare A with B, A, B, B, what will happen between them, okay? And the next structure is more and more. We call it 越来越. You can say your friend, he is more and more handsome. 他越来越帅. Or your girlfriend, she's more and more beautiful. 她越来越漂亮. Okay. And next one is the progressive tense. 正在时, like what are you doing now? What am I doing now? Okay. And the next one is already. This is like you already done something. And the second one you should know is the conjunctions. We will give you more details in our following course. And the third one is the word class identification. This is also which part that you need to pay attention on. And the fourth is the fixed expressions. The common reading mistakes that vocabulary is enough but grammar is weak. This is really, really wrong thing. Really wrong thing in this part. So you should know the grammar. And another one is understanding words but not sentence structure. This is also very dangerous action. Okay, the third one is the poor time management. You should manage your time wisely. So here's my recommendation is that finish part 1 within 8 minutes, and for the following part 2, part 3, it will give you more confidence in this. Okay. Okay, now we are going to the writing section. As I write here, that I think is the easiest section to improve. That if I give you some samples, you just keep it in your mind and you just copy it from your mind during the exam. Then you will earn higher scores than your classmates. And you should to pay attention to that the writing only has 10 questions but calls for 100 points. So how important it is, right? Okay, let's see the writing structure. Part 1, you have 5 questions that first of all, rearrange words into correct sentences. On the paper that you will be given that some words, but they are in the wrong order and you cannot understand what's the meaning of it if it's in this order. And what you should do is that you make it rearrange them to an correct order so you make people understand what they want to talk. And for this part, it tests your sentence structure, also the grammar accuracy. For part 2, you have 5 questions. As a part like write sentence based on their picture. And for this part, it tests your basic sentence patterns, verb usage, and time expressions. And I have some key areas to focus on for your writing. First of all, you should know this structure. Subject plus verb plus object. It's the very easiest structure. Also in English, at the same time in Chinese, you should to know about it. The second is the time plus place plus subject and plus the verb order. And 3, there are some useful patterns that are like because blah blah blah, so blah blah blah, 因为什么什么，所以什么什么。If 巴拉巴拉 then 巴拉巴拉，如果什么什么，然后什么什么。First 巴拉巴拉 then 巴拉巴拉，首先什么什么，然后什么什么。Although 巴拉巴拉 but 巴拉巴拉，虽然什么什么，但是什么什么。 Here you should know that for our Chinese, we say like this. Although blah blah but blah blah. But I know that in English we don't add but in the following of although. But in Chinese we express this in the fixed structure 虽然但是 okay. And I give you some writing tips like first of all, do not write overly complex sentences because you should know that the more complex of your sentence, the more mistakes you may be done. Okay, just like the writing normally. And second, do not use fancy vocabulary incorrectly. Also, like the first sentence, that if the examiner says that you already make a mistake, and even though that this is fancy word, it will still give you a lower score. Okay, and third, correct grammar is more important than complexity. Okay, three of them only tell you one thing: pay attention to the accuracy instead of the complexity. Okay, this is the writing part. Okay, that is all what I want to say about the HSK3 structure in today's video. And you can find a lot of useful information in my videos about the listening training, sentence by sentence, and vocabulary memory training. Also, the reading materials. You can read the original reading materials which the HSK usually take from. And as I said before, I will give you some writing samples. You just memorize it and copy it when you in your exam. Okay, that's what I want to say all today. If you find today's video is helpful for you, just subscribe me and follow Teacher Ron to learn more Chinese. And meanwhile, I will upload some of my videos about exploring the Chinese cities. Let's enjoy our learning and exploring trip together. Thank you very much.